Okay, the last theory we need to talk about is the instinct theory. So this theory suggests that aggression is instinctive, which means that our actions, our thoughts, emotions, intentions are all innate. And we know innate means that you are born with it. It's passed down from your parents, so it's genetic. And the reason why it's genetic, it would be for a survival purpose. So the reason why we had to be aggressive was to defend what was ours, or to be aggressive to get something that we needed, i.e. food, or protect our offspring so that our family's bloodline continues to survive, right? So that's why we have an instinctive aggressive nature. What we need to look at now is that instinct theory within sport. And the way we do that is by looking at individuals such as Joey Barton. I don't have a video here at the moment, but if I did have a video, Joey Barton would be the ideal individual. When Joey Barton plays football, he is an aggressive person, and if anyone does anything to him that's slightly aggressive, he reacts in a more aggressive manner. And that aggression is instinctive. He doesn't have time to think about it. It's not pre-planned, it just happened. And the reason why we know Joey Barton is instinctively aggressive is because it happens time and time again on the pitch, but it also happens off the pitch. You could say that Zidane has an instinctive, aggressive kind of personality, because it wasn't just that headbutt that was aggressive. There were a number of different games before that where he'd been aggressive. Have a think about sports that you play. Have a think about athletes that are in your sport that you could say are instinctively aggressive. Okay, that would be your merit. So in terms of the instinct theory, first of all you need to talk about what it is, and we've got a caption on the screen there, and talk about why we have this instinct theory. Then I want you to think about, is the instinct theory a bona fide theory? Are we always instinctive, or do we have the choice to control it? Do we still have those same pressures, those same cues from when we were trying to survive back in the day, the Jurassic period, whenever? Do those pressures still exist now? I think if you think about it, you'll start to come to the same conclusion as me, that though we have this instinctive drive to be aggressive, we do have the choice whether to be aggressive or not. Okay, so moving on from there to your merit criteria, we have to supply a sporting example. I've given you Joey Barton, you may choose to use someone else, but you have to explain why your example is linked to the instinct theory. So for me, when I talk about Joey Barton, I talk about how he doesn't think about his actions. It's all instinctive, it's reactive, and it happens time and time again on the sports pitch. But also, Joey Barton can be seen as an aggressive person outside of his sport, so he gets into trouble off the pitch as well. And that's the instinct theory. There we go. Now, adding to that, this is the last bit of your assignment that you'll need to include. You need to choose 3 scenarios. Those scenarios can be scenarios that you've experienced as an individual, or they can be famous sporting scenarios. For each scenario, you must comment on a type of aggression. So we're talking about hostile, instrumental, or assertion, and also talk about one theory that is linked to that aggressive scenario. So we're talking about frustration cue, frustration aggression, social learning theory, or instinct theory. The rules of this M2 scenario choice is that you must not have more than 2 types of aggression. So out of your 3, you can have 2 hostile and 1 instrumental, but you cannot have 3 hostile scenarios. You must have the use of different theories for each of your scenarios. So you may choose frustration aggression, frustration cue, and social learning theory. You cannot have 2 frustration aggression theories. Okay, so 3 scenarios, that's all you need. Explain the scenario, describe the scenario so we know what's going on, then apply the type and the theory of aggression that best fits that scenario. Okay, and that will be your assignment.